Hello guys, how are you all? Welcome to my channel Cracking IELTS 9.0. So today I am back with a new passage. As you can see, the passage heading is Timur Gareyev, the blindfold chess champion. This is Cambridge 17 Test 4, reading passage 3. As you can see on the screen, on the left hand side, I have the passage for you. And on the right hand side, I have the questions for you just to make it easy. So questions 27 to 32. They are like matching. Okay, so it says which paragraph contains the following information. Okay, so you have to read all these statements and you have to match which paragraph has these statements. Okay, so this is like a matching. And the second set of questions 33 to 36 is like true, false, and not given. This is quite familiar. And the last set 37 to 40, this is like fill in the blanks, as you can see. Okay, guys. So let's not waste any time and just dive into the passage. Okay, so I request you all to watch the video till the end because in between I'll be giving a lot of tips and tricks, right? So all these tips will be useful for you to crack the reading passage. Okay. So depending upon the type of question, there will be new strategies, new tricks. Okay. So please watch the video fully. Thank you. So let's start the reasoning now. So it says which paragraph contains the following information. Okay. So as I told you, these are like matching set of questions, and here there is a note. You may use any letter more than once. Okay. It means any passage, it may be repeated more than once. Okay. So it means when they gave you this hint, most of the time, okay, 99%, any one will be repeated. Okay. So for example, A may come two times here, B may come two times, C, D, E, F, any paragraph can come two times. Okay. Especially when they give you this heading. This is a hint for you guys. Okay. This is a clear hint for you. Now, my strategy for this would be, I will not go like this. See, a reference to earlier examples of blindfold chess. Okay, I'll not read the questions first and search for them in the paragraph because it will waste a lot of time, right? See, for example, if I read the 27 question and start reading paragraph A, then B, then C, how much time will it take to solve this? It takes a lot of time, right? By reading all these questions. So I'll apply a reverse strategy here, okay? So for this type of questions, my technique is a reverse technique. What is that? I will read the paragraph A first, okay? And I'll match the paragraph A with the questions. Anything is matching with A or not, I'll check that, okay? Then I'll move to paragraph B and then I'll match B with all these 27 to 32 questions. So in this way, I can read the whole paragraph and I can answer the questions as well. So this will save a lot of time, guys, okay? This is my tip number one. So keep it in mind. So let's start reading paragraph A now. Okay. So next month, a chess player named Timur Gareyev. Okay, this is the name of the player. Okay. Timur Gareyev will take on nearly 50 opponents at once. Okay. But that is not the hard part. While his challengers will play the games as normal, okay, Gareyev will be blindfolded. Okay. Given by world record standards, it says a high bar for human performance. The 28-year-old already stands out in the rare field world of blindfold chess. He has fondness for bright clothes, unusual hairstyles, and gets his kicks from the adventure sport of baseball jumping. Okay. He has already proved himself a strong chess player too. In a 10-hour chess marathon in 2013, Garayev played 33 games in his head simultaneously. He won 29 and lost none. Okay. The skill has become his brand. He calls himself the blindfold king. Okay. So this is like an introduction to the Garayev, right, guys? So let's see. Let's read all these questions and see whether it is matching with anything. A reference to earlier examples of blindfold chess. Okay. So in this paragraph, did he talk about any early examples of blindfold chess? I think no, right? He did not talk about the past history of the chess, right? And an outline of what blindfold chess involves. Okay. Here, did he talk about what the blindfold chess has? What it actually involves? No, we did not talk about that. And then a claim that Garayev's skill is limited to chess. Okay. No, here we didn't come across that Garayev is limited to chess, his skills especially, right? So I don't think so. Then, why Garayev's skill is of interest to the scientists? Okay. We did not read anything about the scientists here, right? Okay. Then, an outline of Garayev's priorities. Okay. What are the Garayev's priorities? Did we read anything here? I think no. Then a reason why the last part of the game may be difficult. Okay. So he did not talk about the last part of the game in this A. So I don't think A is matching with anything, guys. Okay. So yep, let's move to the next one. Okay. Let's move to paragraph B and see whether it is matching with anything or not. Okay. So let's read B now. But Garayev's prowess has drawn interest from beyond the chess playing community. In the hope of understanding how he and others like him can perform such mental feats, researchers at the University of California in Los Angeles called him for tests. Okay. So researchers means, scientists, right? Now they have their first results. Okay. Now the ability to play a game of chess with your eyes closed is not a far reach for most accomplished players, said Jesse Risman, who runs a memory lab at UCLA. But the thing that's so remarkable about Timur and few other individuals is the number of games they can keep active at once. To me, it is simply astonishing. Okay, wow. Now let's read the questions again, guys. I think researchers mean scientists. I think we read about the scientists in some of the questions, right? Uh, A reference to earlier examples? No, we did not read about any early examples. Outline of what blindfold chess involves? No. I claim that graph skill is limited to chess? No, not at all. In this paragraph, he did not discuss about that. Why graph skills is of interest to the scientists? Yes. I think, yes. Why the scientists are interested? Yes. Um, yes. In the hope of understanding how he and others like him can perform such mental feats. Researchers means scientists, they are doing the research on his brain, right? So, in the hope of understanding how he does this. So, why his skill is of interest to scientists? Yes, B is the direct answer, because scientists are very much interested in his brain, how it is functioning. So, yes, 30 should be B, guys, right? I hope you guys are understanding. If you have any doubts, please leave a comment in the comment section, okay? Right, so we got one answer, good. So let's continue with the next one, that is C, okay? Let's read C now. Garayev learned to play chess in his native Uzbekistan when he was 6 years old, tutored by his grandfather. He entered his first tournament aged 8 and soon became obsessed with competitions, okay? At 16, he was crowned Asia's youngest ever Grand Chess Master. Chess grandmaster. He moved to the US soon after as a student, helped his university win its first national chess championship. In 2013, Garayev was ranked the third best chess player in the US. Third best, yeah. So, yep. So let's read this. A reference to the earlier examples of blindfold chess. Okay. Did we read any reference here? So the earlier examples, see, he spoke about in this C, in paragraph C, he spoke about his childhood, right? When he was 6 years old, 8 years old, at 16, okay, what he has done. He spoke about his childhood, especially. But they are not the earlier examples of blindfold chess, right? Now, an outline of what blindfold chess involves? No, we did not talk about what this is actually. And a claim that Garayev's skill is limited to chess. So, is there any claim that his skill is only limited to chess here? No. Then an outline of Garayev's priorities, not at all. And reason why the last part of game may be difficult, no, we did not read about the last part of the game, right? So I don't think C is matching here anywhere. So yep, let's move to D now. To an uninitiated, blindfold chess seems to call for superhuman skill, but displays of the feat go back centuries. Okay, now he's going back to the history. The first recorded game in Europe was played in 13th century Florence. Okay, in 1947, the Argentinian grandmaster Miguel played 45 simultaneous games in his mind, winning 39 in the 24-hour session. Okay, now in this he's talking about the history, right? So he went back centuries. See, he's talking about the first game in Europe. And also in 1947, this guy, Miguel, played 45 games, 139. So I think something is matching here. Now, a reference to earlier examples of blindfold chess? Yes, guys. So this is what we call reference to the earlier examples of the blindfold chess. Here he referred to the first recorded game in 13th century and also in the 1947. So yes, 27 is exactly matching D, guys. So my answer would be D for 27. Okay. So yes, I hope my explanation is clear and straightforward, guys. Okay, if you have any doubts, please let me know. Next, let's move to the paragraph E and let's see whether it is matching with any of the statements. Next, accomplished players can develop the skill of playing blind even without realizing it. Okay. So the nature of the game is to run through possible moves in the mind to see how they play out. From this, regular players develop a memory for the patterns the pieces make, the defenses and attacks. Okay. You create it in your mind. A lot of players are capable of doing what I am doing. The real mental challenge comes from playing multiple games at once in the head. Not only must the positions of each piece on every board be memorized, they must be recalled, okay, faithfully when needed, updated with each player's moves, and then reliably stored again. So the brain can move on to the next board. First moves can be tough to remember because they are fairly uninteresting. But the end of the game are taxing too, as exhaustion sets in. When Gareyev is tired, his recall can get patchy. He sometimes makes moves based on only a fragmented memory of the pieces positions. Okay, now he spoke about a lot of things in this paragraph, guys. Okay. Hmm. So let's read the questions again. An outline of what a blindfold chess involves. Okay. So what is there in this blindfold chess? Okay. Yes, I think he spoke about that, right? See, in the paragraph E, in the starting, if you see here, the nature of the game is to run through the possible moves in the mind to see how they play out. Okay, done. So he's talking about the nature of the game, means what the actual chess involves, right? Now, players develop a memory for the patterns, okay, for the defenses and attacks. You create it in your mind, okay, and then the real mental challenge comes when you play all the games at once in the head. Not only must the positions be memorized, but they must be recalled faithfully when needed. Yes. So all these things is nothing but what the chess involves, right? Blindfold chess, especially. So I think E is a direct answer here, man. So 28 should be E directly for me. Okay. Now, now let's see. I think I have got one more. That is, see, look at the last question 32. I think this is also matching, right? A reason why the last part of a game may be difficult. I think he spoke about the last part of the game here, right? Where, see, look at this one, guys. But the end of the game are taxing too. So this is the last one because exhaustion sets in. And also when you are tired, the recall can get patchy. Means when you recall something, it is not easy to recall. Okay. You cannot be sure about that. So sometimes you have to make moves based on the positions as well. So this is the challenge in the end of the game. So a reason why the last part of the game may be difficult. Yes, this is the reason. So I think E is also matching here, guys. You see this? Yes, so 32 should be E. Now see this. You may use this letter more than once. So E has repeated more than once. See? So whenever you have this hint, this is a hint for you guys. Okay. So if you are getting A, B, C, D, E, F, then somewhere you have done a mistake. Okay. Because some letter must come twice. Okay. Because when they gave you this means something is repeating itself. That is for sure. Okay. So when nothing is repeating, then you can be sure that you have done mistake somewhere. Okay. Next, let's move to the paragraph F then. Okay. So the scientists first had Garev perform some standard memory tests. Okay. These assessed his ability to hold numbers, pictures, words in mind. One classic test measures how many numbers a person can repeat both forwards and backwards. Okay. Soon after hearing them. Okay. Most people manage about seven. He was not exceptional on any of the standard tests, said Risman. We didn't find anything other than playing chess that he seems to be supremely gifted at. But next came the brain scans. Okay. With Garev lying down in the machine, Risman looked at how well connected the various regions of the chess player's brain were. Though the results were tentative and as yet unpublished, the scans found much greater average communication between parts of the Graves brain that make up what is called the frontoparietal control network. For 63 people scanned alongside the chess player, only one or two scored more highly on the measure. You use this network in almost any complex task. It helps you to allocate attention, keep rules in mind, and work out whether you should be responding or not. Okay, so let's read the remaining ones here. A claim that Garev's skill is limited to chess. Okay, did we read anything about that? Did we read, guys? Yes or no? I think yes, right? Where did we read it? A claim that he is limited to chess. Yes, see, he was not exceptional on any of the standard tests. Okay, so we didn't find anything other than playing chess that he seems to be supremely gifted at. So in chess, he is very gifted, but in other things, he is normal. Okay, so his skill is limited to chess. That's it. Okay, so claim that Garev's skill is limited to chess. Yes, this is the right thing. So F should be here. And last one is an outline of Garev's priorities. Okay, let's see whether there are any priorities. Let's read the next one, G. It was not the only hint of something special in Garev's brain. Okay, the scans also suggest that Garev's visual network is more highly connected to other brain parts than usual. Initial results suggest that the areas of his brain that process visual images, such as chessboards, may have stronger links to other brain regions and so be more powerful than normal. While the analyses are not finalized yet, they may hold the first clues to Graves' extraordinary ability. Okay, fine. An outline of the Graves' priorities. What is his priority? Did we read anything about that? No, here he's talking about the results of the scans, right? Next, let's read the H1. For the world record attempt, Garev hopes to play 47 blindfold games at once in about 16 hours. He will need to win 80% to climb the title. I don't worry too much about winning percentage. That's never been an issue for me. The most important part of blindfold chess for me is that I have found the one thing that I can fully dedicate myself to. I miss having an obsession. Okay, right. So here, I think he's talking about the priorities here, right? See, for the world record attempt. So this is a world record. What is that? Garev hopes to play 47 blindfold games at once. Okay. So this is a world record attempt, which he's going to attempt this. He hopes, see, hopes means yeah, that is a priority. So outline of the Garev's priority, yes. So he has to win 80%, right, to get the climb. So I think yes, 31 is exactly matching with H, right? So my answer should be H here. Okay, guys. So yes, I think we are done with this set of questions. Now let's move to the next one, that is true, false, and not given. So in the forthcoming games, here he says, in the forthcoming games, all the participants will be blindfolded. So he's talking about the next coming game. So where did we read about this? Yeah. So look at the paragraph A now, guys. Next month. Okay, means this is the forthcoming. A chess player named Timur will take on the nearly 50 opponents at once. But that is not the hard part. While his challengers will play the games as normal, Garev will be blindfolded. Okay. So all the participants will be blindfolded, he says. Is it true? No. Only Garev himself will be blindfolded. All the challengers will be normal. So 33 is again opposing the statement that is given, right? So it is contradicting what is given in the paragraph. So 33 should be false, right? See, it is true only if the statement agrees with the information. It is false if it is contradicting what is given in the passage, and it is not given if there is no information about this. Right, guys? So let's see. Garev has won competitions in base jumping. So he's talking about base jumping. I think we read about this here, right? Base jumping is here, right? So what he said, he has fondness for the bright clothes, unusual hairstyles, and he gets his kicks from the adventure sport base jumping. That's it. He said he gets his kicks from this game. But here he says Garev has won competitions in base jumping. Did he tell anything about this? No, right? Nothing is mentioned that he won competition in base jumping in the paragraph, right? So what should be the answer, guys? Nothing is mentioned. It is not given. Yes. Now, UCLA is the first university to carry out research into blindfold chess players. Now, where did we read about UCLA? Here, right? So, in the hope of understanding how he and others like him can perform such mental feats, researchers at UCLA called him for tests. Okay, now they have their first results. Okay, now they have their first results, means this is the first result that they got. But is it given that UCLA is the first university to carry out the research in blindfold? No, there's nothing given, right? There might be some other university which is also doing it since a long time, but it is not mentioned here, right? They said that it is their first result, but is it the first university to do so? Nothing is mentioned here, right? So what is the answer? I think in my opinion, it should be not given, right? Right. So good chess players are likely to be able to play blindfold chess. Okay. Now he is talking about good chess players, right? Now they are likely to be able to play the blindfold chess. Okay, let's read it. So the ability to play a game of chess with your eyes closed is not a far from most accomplished players. Okay, who runs a memory lab. But the thing that's so remarkable about Timur is the number of them they keep active at once. See, look at the here, look at the E passage, guys. Accomplished players can develop the skill of playing blind even without realizing it. Accomplished players means good chess players are likely to be able to play blindfold. Yes, they can develop the skill of blindfoldness. And also here, the ability to play a game of chess with your eyes closed is not far reach for most accomplished players. Yes, it is true, right? It is given here. Right, guys? So exactly here he says accomplished players can develop the skill of playing blind even without realizing it. And also here also it is given. The ability to play a game of chess with your eyes closed is not a far reach for most accomplished players. Yes. Now I think we got our answers here. Now let's move to the next section, that is fill in the blanks. Now what I want you to see is this one word only. Okay. So you might be having 2 or 3 words in your mind, but when you write here, you should write only one word. Okay. So how the research was carried out? The researcher started by testing Gareyev's dash. For example, he was required to recall a string of dash in order and also in the reverse order. Okay, I think we read somewhere here. Which paragraph? See, for both forwards and backwards. Okay, I think in this paragraph. Scientists first had Gareyev perform some standard memory tests. Okay, some standard memory tests. So researchers started by testing Gareyev's what? Memory, because it is a memory test, right? So answer should be memory. Next, for example, he was required to recall a string of dash in order and reverse order. So these assess his ability to hold numbers, pictures, and words. One classic test measures how many numbers a person can repeat both forwards and backwards. See, how many numbers a person can repeat forward and backward. So, what is the answer, guys? So, it is numbers, right? Both forward and backwards. Right, good. Next, although this performance was normal, right, scans showed an unusual amount of dash within the areas of Garev's brain that are connected with directing attention. Okay, let's read next. Hmm. We didn't find anything other than playing chess that seemed to be supremely gifted, but next came the brain scans. With Garev lying down in the machine, he looked at how well connected the various regions of the player's brain were. Though the results are tentative and yet unpublished, the scans found much greater than average communication between the parts of Garev's brain that make up what is called the frontoparietal control network. Okay, I think this one. Although his performance was normal, scans showed an unusual amount of dash within the areas of this. Unusual amount of, this is the keyword, guys. Means the scans found much greater than average communication between parts of Garev's brain. Average communication, unusual amount of what? Communication. Yes, that is our answer. Right, guys? So this is very clearly given here. And you just need to identify the keywords, right? Then, in addition, okay, in addition, the scans raise the possibility of unusual strength in parts of his brain that dealt with dash input. So what is the type of input? Now let's read this. Of 63 people scanned alongside the chess player, only 1 or 2 scored more highly. You use this network in almost any complex task. It helps you to allocate attention, keep rules in mind, and work out whether you should be responding or not. Okay. Next, it was not the only hint of something special in Garev's brain. The scans also, see, in addition, scans also suggest that Garev's visual network is more highly connected to other brain parts than usual. So, in addition, the scans raise the possibility of unusual strength in parts of his brain that dealt with dash input, visual network. See, the scans also suggest that Garev's visual network is more highly connected, see, to other parts of the brain than usual. So unusual connect strength with the, so the answer is visual input. Okay, input is like visual, right? Visual is nothing but an input through the brain, right? So yes, the Garev's visual network is more highly connected. Yes, guys. So yes, guys, so those are our answers, and yeah, that is the end of today's video. So I hope you guys have learned something today. I hope you learned some tips and tricks to crack the IELTS reading module. If you guys want me to solve any particular passage, just write the passage title in the comment section so that I can solve it for you. So yeah, with this I have completed the Cambridge 17 academic passages. So maybe in my next video I'll try to solve the Cambridge 18 books. So thank you so much for following me. If you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe to your friends as well. These videos will be really helpful for guys who want to crack the IELTS test. Thank you, and let us meet again in another video. Goodbye.